Okay, and we have another element here in this dance pop thing I've been playing with from previous videos, where we want to create even more space. We're still cluttered in the center. Take a listen. Okay, what I'm in particular, what I'm looking at on this video is the lead thing that, and it's all modulated to be way out of tune and whatnot. Let's take a listen to that. And the problem is, I'd like to hear that more clearly, but with less damage. And as is now, it doesn't have any reverb on it at all. But in the mix, it sounds that way, and that's because of the modulation. We've covered that elsewhere. So let's listen. It needs some fat trimmed off of it, for lack of a better word. In particular, the way it works with the vocal. Let's imagine we wanted to hear that lead a little bit better without fighting the vocal at all. I'm definitely losing the lower notes of that lead, and I wish I had them at least a little more significant than they are now. Well, one way we can do that is let's just pan the thing. And first off, I already know this track's, I was looking at the meter, and it's a little bit stereo. This is the nature of some of these synths. Let's check that out. Watch the meters here. Well, let's go ahead and just make it mono, and I'm going to do that within the synth itself. We don't have to get into all this junk. This is real proprietary nerd stuff. Okay, so I turned the width all the way down on that particular oscillator, so now... All right, we lose nothing by having that mono in this particular case. I think we gain something. All that's debatable, I guess. Now I'm going to pan it, I don't even know what. Let's just take a listen, and I'm going to play around with the panning. Okay, that's a good start. And of course, now it's on the left side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to toss a mono delay. And I've already got this guy set up. Again, mono delay. It's got to be mono. I mean, I guess it could be stereo, but for what I'm doing, I want mono. Damn it, that's what I said. Okay, so the delay here, I've got panned to right about 57, so quite a bit. And then that's on the opposite side. Again, I panned the lead over here on the left, and I got the delay over here on the right. And so let's see what that sounds like. And just to show you how this cool opposite, I probably have 10 videos already talking about this, but I want to talk about it some more because I like it. Watch if I turn it really far up. The delay on the right will be much louder than the clean sound on the left, or the dry signal on the left. This lets us do some pretty wicked stereo stuff. It's one of my favorite tricks, and which I say I think in every video. Anyway, so let's play with that and see where it needs to sit in this field, stereo field. Yeah. And this is probably a rant I should save for another video. I think I should probably spend a freaking whole video series on it. Is the concept of focus. And this is so off the topic of making space, but why not? We've been playing with this lead and this delay, and we're focused on it, we're focusing on it, we're focusing on it. Remember, my whole goal was to make it more apparent and more there, but without remotely affecting the vocal. The vocal cannot be compromised in any way for this kind of music. It's absolutely essential. So, since I've been focusing on this lead, and I keep hitting my pop filter, since I've been focusing on this lead, I've lost all train of thought. I have no idea how loud this thing is. I mean, none. And I think one of the things that's really helped me, and my mixing skills have improved tremendously, is when I've kind of learned to accept my own psychological flaws and learned that all I've done is fixate on this lead, and I forgot to, guard any other, exits, or I don't know. I'm out of analogies. But when you realize, okay, I have abandoned my post, I need to reset. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to turn the damn lead all the way down. And while I do it, I'm sick of this lead now. I hate it. I hate its guts. And so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to yank it all the way down and not care about it. and I'm going to focus on the vocal. I'm going to switch back into vocal mode. And this is so important because your brain just can't focus on more than one thing at once. This was a big thing Ethan Weiner was talking about, I believe, in a Bell Labs study, that your brain gets one thing it can focus on, and that's the end of it. So let's not try to multitask here, because I don't know how anyway. Let's just switch to vocal mode, and then we'll start blending in our lead without believing what we did with the delay was really that important at all. We should be very skeptical of that work that we just loved, 30 seconds ago. So anyway, back to the vocal. And I'm going to slowly bring this lead up. I say slowly. I'm going to yank it, but I'm taking my time with it. I know it's going to be too low, and I'm going to go up too loud. And I'm going to find that spot that I like it, where it's definitely not fighting the vocal. And there I'm happy. So the real whole point of this video was actually to, if you have a source that you like, a lead guitar type of thing or whatever it may be, that's down the center and it's fighting with the vocal and it's starting to sound a little bit tubby or dull or muffled or whatever, then pan it over to the side to get it out of the way. And then it'll kind of come to life, and you'll go, "Ooh, that's a lot more clear than I expected," because it's not in that dense, highway of tracks in the center. And then toss the delay to get it on the other side. And don't use a lot of feedback, but just go ahead and get a kind of a cool bouncy thing going on to even out the stereo field. All right, guys. Thanks. Bye.